Greetings and welcome back to Stellaris and the ongoing adventures of the Wizardian people as they construct a star empire to stand the test of time. Galactic time, no less. And we have begun construction of our very first colony ship to establish a new Wizardian colony out there among the stars. We have quite a lot of energy credits, I have noticed, which is partly because, of course, our grand leader and master poobah of the Wizardian Empire, Wilberforce, loves to hoard credits, which of course he sees as gold, like all true wizards do, and partly because we just haven't been spending it fast enough, clearly. Our borders are still fairly small. There's not that many more places that we can exploit that we're not already exploiting. The Trabano system is looking kind of interesting though. Lots of energy credits, interestingly, and a potentially habitable world, a tundra world. Not the most pleasant world for wizards to live on, but perhaps we could find some ice wizards who wouldn't mind it, after a sufficient amount of research had been performed, of course. I don't know if there's anything our construction ships can do. Look, we built our new construction ships, but actually we've kind of built nearly everything that we can build right now. But of course our science ships are not so hampered. Owen, the answer with the deep vision, why don't you try and skirt around the Borhraian Star Council, or whatever it was they were called, and see if we can't sneak some science out from the other side of them. We may get cut off by their border expansion. I guess we will have to wait and see what happens. It would be nice actually if we could sneak around the side there and then just go on to explore spinward all the way to the core. It would be a mighty undertaking for Owen and the deep vision, but they would go down in the annals of Wizardian history as among our greatest explorers. Which frankly, they probably already will. They were certainly the first science ship to venture out into the black, which is pretty cool. Ron and the Sentinel being the second science ship, and arguably the more prolific in terms of discovering new systems, because Ron has spent a lot of time on special research projects, but he is already executing his orders to travel anti-spinward and to explore as he goes. Even though we've got a colony ship under construction for colonizing Mahil, I'm concerned that we're not going to colonize it fast enough. I mean, we have to build the ship, travel there, establish a colony. So you know what? Let's get the Sentinel to build ourselves a frontier outpost. We're going to do it. It's a bold move. It's a potentially aggressive move. A move that is likely to anger the Borhraian Star Council. But frankly, we Union of Wizards care little for the anger of the Borhraian Star Council. We might as well get our other construction ship, seeing as we built it off, finishing off anywhere we can. The colony ship is underway and will be completed soon. System surveyed. Which system has been surveyed? The Mithra system. It has a desert world. Oh, of course, it has Rocknim Mog, the continental world, with the Igarian civilization, or proto-civilization. Bronze Age civilization. There we go. Oh, look at this. It actually has a habitable tropical moon orbiting it. Oh, that's just fantastic. Look, we could establish a colony on the tropical moon Mithra 4A, Mithra 4A, a humid rocky world with a thick nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere. Seasons with significant precipitation are interchanged with drier periods. Most land masses are covered with dense vegetation. I mean, that would be a fantastic place to observe the development of the Igarian civilization from afar. Of course, we would also probably need an observation post, but, I mean, that would be a great place to staff it from. We can also survey some more systems. It looks like Ron's orders have run out, so let's give him a fresh set of... What's this? A black hole! Oh, Ron, you are going to be the first Wizardian to visit a black hole. You must be utterly thrilled at the prospect for that. Look, unknown number 83. I mean, that's just super exciting. I really can't wait for you to get there. It's going to be amazing. Over on the Spinward side, Owen and the Deep Vision have arrived in Unatra, and look at this. The Borhraian Star Council have sent their own ship. It's a construction ship, the BCS Trok Hanata. What do you think you're doing, Trok Hanata, in Unatra? I mean, other than the fact that apparently the system is named in a very similar manner to the way that you name your ships, and possibly people as well. Well, there is only one thing they can be doing. They'll be building a frontier outpost which will extend their borders. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be building one in Thuban.
Evading hostile fleet.
Uh-oh, what's going on? Where have we got hostile action? It looks like Ron has run into some trouble and is evading it out here in the Amastis system. Where are you, Ron? Ron, the Sentinel. Let's just change your fleet stance to passive and bring you back into the system until we decide what we're going to do. Alien vessels. Wow, look, it's more of the crystalline entities, but clusters of them. Whole clusters of them. And there are no planets, only a wide asteroid field surrounding the star of Amastis. Fascinating. Yormak's eye, Yormak's belly, Yormak's tusk. I think this might be like the home system of these crystalline aliens. Ancient mining drones. Reports of deep space drones in certain systems have been investigated. The drones appear to be workers and custodians of an autonomous orbital mining operation established millennia ago and then soon abandoned by all but the drones themselves. Judging by the state of the processing equipment, their purpose is obvious enough: mining. But who it is that task them is not so immediately apparent. What is obvious is that no shipment of minerals has been retrieved from this system in hundreds, if not thousands of years. They may only be old drones, but they should be kept under close watch by the Union of Wizards. Establish a listening post on Wizard Prime. Let us see what they are made of. Take them apart. Begins the mining drone analysis event chain. Special project mining drone observation. Oh, okay, do we take them apart or do we listen to them? I think by far the better choice here is to take them apart and to see how they work. That is the way of the wizard, to deconstruct the universe, to peer into the very workings of the fabric of reality itself, and divine its purpose and how to manipulate it for your own gain. And that applies to, ancient drones left over to mine systems too.
Situation log updated.
Excellent. Meanwhile, we can start the Eta Aliens research project. I want to get all of these alien research projects out of the way so that we know what everything is. The Sentinel is going to move on out of this system. We'll mark this for later investigation, the Amastis system. But I'm really keen to investigate the black hole, so come on. Ron. Ron. He is warping to the black hole now as we speak. He will arrive any moment now. What's it going to look like? What are we going to discover when we arrive? Encounter in Tunari Vortex. We have encountered some form of alien vessels in the Tunari Vortex system. These strange objects have been flagged as Lambda aliens until we can learn more about them. Interesting. The Tunari Vortex. What is there here? Look, alien vessels with unknown capabilities, and the Tunari Vortex itself warping space-time around its massive interior. There is a planetoid here, a barren world orbiting the Tunari Vortex. Fascinating, but with aliens so close to the event horizon, I don't think we dare approach. Ron, mark the system for later investigation. And move on to the Castra system. Our construction ship, the Artemis, has finished construction in the Pleione system. I think we're now exploiting everything within our borders, other than Weir. We're not exploiting anything in Weir. These hostile aliens, previously encountered hostile aliens in this system. Should we head back there and investigate it again? Let's send Faye Potter and the fleet to the Weir system, because this is the next place that we're going to be able to actually exploit. It's within our borders, I think, and it kind of makes sense for us to go out here and actually, build stuff if we can and investigate it and science it, because currently it ain't been scienced at all. Although our science ships are all kind of busy at the moment, they may not actually be back around the home systems for a while. How's Wizard Prime doing constructing our new colony ship? Nearly done. 59 time units to completion. The first fleet under the command of Faye Potter has arrived in the Weir system to investigate, and it is the crystalline entities. Of course it is. We have previously encountered them. They actually have a military power that's only slightly less than ours, so don't engage them just yet, Faye. Instead, we shall embark on our research. We should also check on our frontier outpost and see how that's coming along with the Senator.
Construction complete.
Construction complete.
Found.
Anomaly found. Hold on, lots going on. Castrara 1. Impressive structures litter a small area on the surface of Castrara 1, practically begging for some archaeological work. Really, Ron, is it the impressive structures that are begging, or is it in fact you? Alright, you know what? Get down onto the surface and see what you can discover on Castrara 1. It's bound to be interesting and or fascinating. But far more important than that, back at Wizard Prime, it is a momentous day, for in the skies far above our glorious homeworld, the Wizardian people have, for the first time, constructed a vast new starship. The WSS Harvester takes wing as our first colony starship, and the beginning of a new era of expansion for the Wizardian people as we send our brave men and women out into the void to colonize new worlds for the first time. And of course, it will begin at Mahil 2, our first world targeted for colonization. We're going to put down our colony building right in the middle to give us the maximum adjacency bonuses once we have fully developed the colony. And let's just take a moment to enjoy the spectacle of this vast starship cruising away from the home system for the first and last time. For when she arrives at her destination, the very ship itself shall form the basis for the new colony. It is the first and last flight of the Harvester, the Union of Wizards. Reach out to the stars. Engage the warp drive. Set course for Mahil 2. And so we fly across the void to our destination, arriving in a burst of warp energy. The sublight engines fire once again for the final leg of this epic journey, as the colonists, many thousands of Wizardians, men and women, bathed in the light of their new star, jostle for a chance for that first glimpse of their new world. The scale of the adventure awaiting the wizards aboard the Harvester cannot be overstated. And though the Wizardian Empire may grow to span 10,000 worlds and last for eons into the future, it will always have begun here, on this day, when the Wizardian people became a multi-planet species, when they made first landing upon Mahil 2, and a new day dawned beneath alien skies. Of course, the business of the Empire doesn't stop, even for momentous occasions like our first colony. So we have to pick some new research, and colonial development speed seems appropriate for Alanon the Chorky to begin work on,
Special
whilst
project
the
complete.
Harvester cruises in towards its destination. Also, we have completed one of our special projects, the Crystalline entities. The reports of extraordinary free-floating crystal-like objects observed in certain systems have been investigated. The ship-sized objects and their slightly smaller, but equally crystal-like satellites at first appeared inert, but sudden shifts in their orientation relative to our ships and new energy signatures emerging from within the prisms indicate that they might be alive. A fascinating prospect, to be sure, but they should be approached with caution. Indeed, it seems that Faye Potter was correct to give them a wide berth when we first sent the fleet to investigate. However, our best and brightest are standing by to study these entities. Issue a special project for remote study of the crystal entities.
Situation log updated.
And what does that require? The Crystalline Entity Observation. Task a science department with collecting and collating data relating to the crystalline entities. You know what? I think it's worth it. We have crystalline entities within our borders. Let us begin the research. Alanon the Chorky, you will have to put off your colony development speed research for now. The construction ship, the Artemis, has arrived in the Thuban system. We're still building away here. How are you getting on, Senator? 74% constructed, 75% constructed. Can the Artemis help? Build Frontier Outpost. Is this going to cost us again? Hold on. Abandoned Amusement Park. The structures on Castra 1 are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science Officer Ron notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that, to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array, or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us Wizardians, it looks mostly like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves. Wow, intriguing! Very intriguing, and such. What I was going to say is, can we send this guy to build the orbital outpost to Let's take a look. We don't want to spend another 85. We did just spend another 85. Cancel that. Cancel. Cancel. Stop. Abort. Did we get our money back? We got our money back. I thought he might have gone and joined in, like helped the other construction ship to build, but apparently that is not the way that it works. Very well then. Artemis, just hang about in this system and wait for something useful to happen, like the frontier outpost to be completed, and then the two of you can run about constructing many new outposts and things. I think I'm going to bring the first fleet back home to Manor, and we're going to build another corvette or two to bolster our fleets before we risk taking on the crystalline entities. Also, we should probably complete our research. The crystalline entity observation.
Complete.
We have literally just completed the crystalline entity research project. Crystalline entities are unbreakable. The crystalline entities, the name itself a compromise between rival factions of xenobiologists and xenogeologists on Wizard Prime, are most definitely alive. Some overly conservative members of the Wizardian academic elite argue that they are silicate animate matter, and that they have little in common with biological life. The vast majority of the Union of Wizards populace reject that regressive perspective, instead turning their eyes towards the fascinating new horizons that the crystalline entities represent. They are, somewhat regrettably, solitary beings, each individual crystal sovereign rarely seen with more than one sentinel, and a smaller cohort entity. Aside from the cohort and sentinel clearly being subservient to the sovereign of the group, the subtle nuances of the crystalline entity's social hierarchical relationships are lost on us, which does not stop those dynamics from being the subject of fevered study on Wizard Prime. The entities do not seem to mate, and we have yet to observe any crystals that are recognizably older or younger than others. Contrary to an early hypothesis, the shifts in hue between individual crystalline entities seem to be related not to their age, but to their latent internal charge, which can be violently unleashed. And it appears as though sporadic fluctuations in this charge alter the refractive properties of the crystal. This knowledge will surely be a great boon to the sciences. Find some practical use for this information. Adds the crystal sonar modifier to your empire. Spend 30 energy to instantly survey any crystalline entity system when entered. Adds the prismatic lenses modifier to your empire. Plus 10 science, plus 10 physics. Well, we're totally going to take that. This knowledge will surely be a great boon to the sciences. Excellent, good work. What's going on elsewhere? Our construction ship, the Artemis, is still waiting for
System survey.
her sister ship, the Sentinel, to complete... Oh, I think we've done it, look. I think we have built... We have built! The Thuban system has had its frontier outpost constructed. And, even more importantly, the first Wizardian colony has been established on the newly named Acrisia. Our colony ship has gently touched down at the mouth of a large river delta on one of the several continents that can be found on Acrisia. This temperate, forested region will serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. The first Wizardian city on an alien world. A great day for the Union of Wizards! It truly is a great day indeed. No access? The WSS Deep Vision was forced to return to Mahil from Anutra because it was within the borders of the Borhraian Star Council. Let's take a look. I assume this means he has completed his frontier outpost. Indeed he has, look, and claimed this whole region of space, cutting us off entirely from the spinward section of the galaxy. We're going to have to decide what our response to this provocation is going to be. But that, unfortunately, will have to wait until next time, because once again we have run out of time. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I have been Weird Wizard, and I will see you later.